Several hundred family members, friends, and other well-wishers, including many military and political dignitaries, filled the Plymouth High School auditorium Saturday morning to give a rousing send-off to the 80 or so members of Bravo Battery, 1st Battalion, 121st Field Artillery of the Wisconsin National Guard, which is headed for the fight in Afghanistan. As the National Guardsmen marched into the auditorium, the crowd rose to their feet with applause, clapping in time to the band on stage as it played the U.S. Army anthem. Captain Matthew Mangerson, the unit's commander, called it a challenging mission. Many of the soldiers, including Captain Mangerson, have deployed overseas before. Soldiers in the Plymouth-based unit come from all over Wisconsin. Many are from Racine and Kenosha. The unit is a high-mobility artillery rocket system, or HIMARS unit, which means it's trained on a self-contained wheeled vehicle that fires rocket and missile rounds.
It's definitely indicative of deserving this kind of support. Not only the soldiers that have put in tireless hours and done extensive training and gone to additional schools to prepare for this deployment, but also the families of these soldiers. The families that not only have given time and given up time with their soldiers for them to come and do training, but have done other things in addition to that to help the unit, to help prepare them. Our family readiness group, and all spouses of the soldiers and families of the soldiers have been wonderful in their support. And it is because of them, and it is because of these soldiers here that they are as successful as they are now, and as successful as they will continue to be throughout this deployment.
All of you at all levels need to communicate effectively, up the chain, down the chain, and laterally. And don't forget your loved ones at home. Communication from you while deployed back here is critical. Fear of the unknown can be removed. So Godspeed. We'll come down and visit you at Bliss. Steel on target. Oop.
Morning, Red Legs. Morning, sir. You know, as a fellow field artilleryman, I can't tell you how unbelievably proud I am to know that you're going to get an opportunity that very few field artillery, Army National Guard elements have had the chance to do in either OIF or OEF. And I know Wisconsin was chosen, specifically the 1st Battalion, 121st Field Artillery was chosen, because you are the best field artillery HIMARS battalion in the United States Army National Guard. And I can say that having served in a dual hats assignment down at Fort Sill recently as their Deputy Commanding General, and having observed the HIMARS battalions around this nation, you truly are the best. As the Sergeant Major talked to, officers lead the unit. NCOs, you are the backbone, you are the bridge. And to all those Rocketeers and ammo haulers and all the rest of the soldiers in that formation, I know you're going to do a fantastic job. We're absolutely proud of you, and on behalf of all 7,700 men and women of the Wisconsin Army National Guard, I want to tell you, every one of them is standing behind you in support. To the families and to the community, let me just say first, thank you so much for the support you provide. It's been said many times, but you can never say it enough. The soldiers that are standing here in front of you and the soldiers that are going to very shortly deploy to Fort Bliss and then ultimately to Afghanistan could not do their job with the efficiency and the effectiveness that they will and they can without the love and support of their family members and the community at large. And so thank you for the love and support that you provide to your soldier, because ultimately that's what makes this team as strong as it is. So congratulations to everybody. We will see you down at Fort Bliss. And to the family members, you have our undearing support. Thank you for the support you provide to us, and thank you for allowing us to have your loved one serve in the service uniform with myself. Thank you.
It is now my honor to introduce the commander of the 10,000 men and women, soldiers and airmen of the Wisconsin National Guard. the Adjutant General of Wisconsin, Major General Don Dunbar.
Veterans, thank you so much. It is not cliche. We in the Wisconsin National Guard and this unit stand on your shoulders in the great work that you did defending this country. Thank you for that service. Community members, families, at the end of the Vietnam War, after our country had been through a very difficult time, there was a great Chief of Staff of the United States Army named Creighton Abrams. And when he became the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, he engineered a doctrine that is known as the Abrams Doctrine. And what he said is, if America is going to go to war, we will never, ever go again without our National Guard. And what he knew is what you see before you. The community coming to support the community's soldiers, the men who live in this community, who grew up in this community, who went to school in this community, skinned their knees in this community, broke their hearts in this community, and stand ready to defend this community. And he knew that if America was going to be successful, if we had to go into combat, you had to bring the National Guard. Nobody wants to send soldiers into combat. But I tell you, this mission in Afghanistan is an important mission. The President has it on a track to complete this mission. But we still have work to do. And because we still have work to do, our nation needs its very best soldiers, and that's why they're calling on Bravo Battery to go do this mission. I want you to know that I have absolute confidence in the training that's been conducted by their captain, Captain Mangerson, his first sergeant. They have done the heavy lifting, the hard work, coordinating with the Army to make sure that these soldiers have everything they need, and I'm absolutely confident in their ability. And finally, to the soldiers, I have absolute confidence in your ability, and I make a commitment to you that we will be here for your families. And I'll make a commitment to you that if you just focus on the job at hand while you're overseas, anything that happens here in the States, we will be there for your families and make sure that they're ready to go when you come home from this difficult mission. The best thing you can do for them and yourselves is focus on the mission at hand while you're in theater. So Godspeed on your mission. Do a great job. I know you will do well. I'm very proud of you. As I mentioned General Abrams, one thing he also knew with the community is that in every state, every National Guard has a commander-in-chief. And the commanders-in-chief in our states set the tone for the National Guard to make sure they have the right skills, the right conditions, the right advocacy to make sure that they can do their job. And here in Wisconsin, we have a commander-in-chief who is second to none, who is absolutely committed to the soldiers you see before you. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce our commander-in-chief, Governor Scott Walker.
First off, thank you all for coming out. What a tremendous showing. I mean, General, we got a lot of these. This is a great crowd. Thanks to all the people all throughout Plymouth, Sheboygan County, and all throughout the great state of Wisconsin. I know how much it means to our soldiers that you're all here, not only family and friends, but people from throughout the community. So thank you to the community as a whole, but particularly thank you to our veterans, those that General Dunbar asked to stand up. They know better than anyone here how important this kind of support is. And that's why they're here as well. So thank you to all of our veterans. To the family and loved ones, thank you for not only being here, but thank you for your support both now and in the future. I've got a special message in a moment for you as well. And to our soldiers, to the members of Battery B, Bravo, you are the best of the best. We're proud of you in this state. We're proud of you in this country. As General Anderson talked about, you literally are the best of the best in your field. You're going to do us proud between now and the time that you return home, and we look forward to your welcome home as well. You know, a lot of people on the stage and in this crowd, there were many wonderful introductions that show just about all the support from this community across the state that's here, but particularly for the family members, I want to make note, there are a couple gentlemen here from the 157th. And the reason I say that is not to single out one particular unit, but just to give the families and loved ones a little bit of a reminder. More than a year ago, General Dunbar and I joined with members of 157 at a deployment ceremony just like this. General Dunbar and I had the great honor going overseas to see them in the field of deployment, and to see them and just to see how proud we were of the skills and training they had. And then about a month and a half ago, we welcomed the members of the 157th back home at a ceremony like this upon their return. I tell the families that in particular because moments like this are a little bit anxious, a little bit tense. It's a good reminder, not only do our soldiers get deployed, they do us proud out in the field in their mission, and then they come home. And we welcome them home, and we talk much shorter because we don't get out of the way when it's time when they get returning home to all their loved ones. But it's a great reminder for our loved ones and for our soldiers that you've got the training, you've got the skills, and your families will have the support to make it through the time that you're deployed, and then to be prepared to welcome you home with even more wide open arms than the hugs you'll get today. You know, this unit, Battery B, good number of the folks, the soldiers that were here, in particular their leader, Captain Anderson, has been deployed before. 2006, a good number of you were deployed. A smaller group went out in 2009 and 2010 along with the 32nd as part of the deployment. Your captain in that case was involved with both of them, so you've got some pretty good training out there. So for those of you who haven't been deployed before, look not only to your captain, but to others. In fact, I was thinking during the holiday season, my firstborn is Matthew. If you don't know this, in Hebrew, Matthew means gift or a gift from God. And so I think this unit is blessed to have a gift of a great leader who's been deployed several times before, who can give you the confidence of knowing you're in good hands. Not only through the Department of Defense, but particularly in your Battery B, you're going to do well in the future. The last thing I'd say, it's just a simple part of who we are and why we support you here in Wisconsin. You see, oftentimes at these deployments, sometimes particularly people in the media will ask, where do these soldiers, where do these service members get their strength from? Where do they get this courage from? Because many of you here, like others before you, have been deployed more than once, sometimes once or twice or several times. So where does that come from? I said it's simple. It comes from our history. You see, all the way back to not long after Wisconsin became a state in 1848, about 150 years ago at the start of the Civil War, Wisconsin was a pretty new state. We only had about 775,000 people in the state at the time. We were far removed from the fighting. And yet Wisconsin sent 91,000 soldiers to fight in the Civil War. 91,000. That was one out of every 9 man, woman, or child at the time. People ask where that courage comes from. The soldiers you see before us here today, I see it comes out of our history. It comes from the Civil War. It comes from those service members who fought in World War I and World War II. Places like Korea, I saw your hat down here as well, and places like Vietnam and Desert Storm and Desert Shield, and most recently in places like Iraq and Afghanistan and Kosovo and elsewhere across the globe. Our soldiers are going to do well because they come out of a proud tradition, not just in this country, but in this state. And I'd like to ask the captain to come forward, because one other thing, come on forward, I've got a special gift. It's a flag of the state of Wisconsin. The reason we give it is twofold. One, it's a constant reminder for the soldiers in your battery to know that throughout the time you're deployed, you not only have a flag as a part of your unit, you have all the love and support, not only the family and loved ones who are here today, but of this entire state. We won't just think about you, but we'll pray for you to do your job well, to be able to stay focused, and most importantly, to come home safely. It's also fitting, as it comes out of that tradition. You see, the flag of the state didn't come about in 1848 when we became a state. It came midway through the Civil War, when soldiers sent home a request that in addition to the Old Glory, the stars and stripes of this great country, the soldiers from Wisconsin might have a flag to remind them of those back home who loved and cared for them as well. That was the tradition started midway through the Civil War. It is the tradition we continue today to let you know that you are always in our thoughts and our prayers until we see you back home at the welcome home. May God bless each and every one of you.
God of refuge, look to you for safety. God of strength, we need your power. God of all comfort, many need your comfort now as they begin a period of separation from those they love. We look to you to sustain our soldiers and their dear ones for the challenges that lie ahead. And may these moments together now be sweet, and may their reunion months from now be even sweeter. In your holy name, amen.